as they come up the race here on a crisp Saturday night. And this is a lovely touch as well. Great relationship with the Starlight Foundation. The Melbourne Storm arrive on the arena. They've won 5 in a row here, the Storm. Harry Grant, 51 minutes on Wednesday night. And of course, in the number 9 jersey here for the Storm.
Yeah, fantastic player. The best dummy half in the competition, Dan. And I'm sure he'll put in a good performance tonight. They'll certainly need it. Jerome Hughes, great matchup against Cherry Evans. One of the better running halves in the game, and I thought played very good for them last week in the absence of the Origin players. Probably hasn't been as good a season as he's had in the past 3 or 4, but he's getting there. He's getting there, and they'll need him because if Melbourne are going to win a comp, they need these big players like Jerome Hughes at their very best.
That was a career high against the Tigers. The 4 try assists really did steer them to victory. So here we go. Second time this year. It's Melbourne and it's Manly. Live on Fox League. And it's the Manly Seagulls bringing it back through Toff Sipley, who was huge against the Storm in their first meeting. Manly 6 wins, 7 losses and a draw. So it won't take too much if they can turn things around to get back into the picture. Aaron Woods starting for the first time this year. He made his debut for Manly against Melbourne. And this is Taniela Paseka having perhaps his best career season. Conditions quite lovely as Garrick, the fullback now, into the defence of King and Sims. Woods again, second hit up, and gets the offload. Croker there receiving. And Paseka will be the man who's brought down. Pretty good opening set from the visitors. Cherry Evans to kick. Going for distance. And that is textbook for Manly, with Coates not able to get back into the in goal.
Yeah, just 6 inches short of the try line there. On the spot, Cherry Evans kick. Justin Olam hits the ball up. Return after a couple of weeks out for the Melbourne Storm. They certainly welcome him back into the lineup. Just watching how Melbourne lined up defensively. Asif Solomona is defending on an edge.
Yeah.
Tariq Sims starting in the middle, which he can do.
Last week, Asif Solomona was named on the edge, but played up front. Doesn't look like that's the case tonight. Here's a run from Grant, who's rounded up here on tackle number 5. Jonah Peasant going into dummy half, and Jerome Hughes doing the kicking here at the end of this first set. So Manly with Christian Tuipulotu breaking free, getting past Nelson and dragged down by Hughes. This is a very encouraging start from the Seagulls. Now it's Garrick keeping it alive. Oh, held on to. Bullimore did well.
He did, didn't he? Needed to take that after the run from Tuipulotu. Puts the Manly Seagulls in a good position.
To Lucola.
Not a great chase from the Melbourne Storm off the back of that kick from Jerome Hughes.
Lack of energy. Woods bending the defensive line back. So Manly here, an encouraging start with another powerful surge from Paseka. Last tackle 20 metres away. Cherry Evans kicking it towards Coates and barreled back into the in goal. Terrific from Manly.
Wow, what an impressive set from the Seagulls. Started way back up the other end of the field with Tuipulotu. A terrific run off the back of the Jerome Hughes kick, and then Cherry Evans again puts the kick on the spot. Xavier Coates jumps to take it, but then the chase is there to drive him back into the in-goal area to force the line dropout. The line dropout doesn't mean you get the ball back.
No, it does not.
Does it?
And Peasant goes, well, probably not short enough here, although, well, that's a different way of doing it, and it gets him the ball back. It's brilliant. The receiver had no chance of staying in.
Wow, what a result for Melbourne. It has changed things so much, hasn't it? So forced dropout now is just no guarantee that you get the ball back there. Kohler takes the ball, but he's bundled out. Melbourne will get it.
You could argue that's even better than the 50-50 of putting it up and going for the contest, because Kohler, what could he do?
Well, you do take the risk and trying to get it as close as you can to the sideline of it going out at full. But
beautiful kick.
We've seen all manner of ways that teams have got the ball back after a line drop out.
We've had a bit of action to start. Now we finally get a chance to go down to Jake Duke on the sideline.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, everyone at home. A chilly one here in Melbourne tonight, about 9 degrees, with a bit of a breeze swirling around, and it will favour the Seagulls here in the first half as they come down the left edge.
His coach putting the foot down, going down the sideline, and he got it down! He bounced over and slammed it down in the corner, but it's going up as no try.
Ash, I have no try. Just confirming a touch, mate. Coming to tackle.
Well, from the angle we had, it looked like a terrific put down, but Todd Smith not convinced.
I think the shot by Ruben Garrick has put him
Ruben Garrick's
sideways.
making a tackle,
I think
cleared the
his
contact.
backside goes into or some part of him, an elbow.
Oh, yes.
The left hand of Xavier Coates is out.
Terrific
We have a decision.
call. He thought he got it, Xavier. Not the case.
Well, it did look good live, didn't it? Nice play from the Melbourne Storm down that left touchline to get Xavier Coates free, and it was only a desperate shot there from Ruben Garrick that saved the situation. Melbourne very dangerous. Their first set of ball.
Big tick for Garrick in the full-back role. We'll go back to Jake shortly there, but plenty of action here.
Yeah, saving a try is just as important as scoring one, so terrific stuff from Ruben Garrick.
So Croker in a dummy half. Now Woods shoveling. Schuster onto Bullimore, who's been very good for Manly and has now got that starting second row position. Croker working the short side. Schuster running. The no-look pass. Kohler threatening. And wrapped up here, but plenty of metres for Manly. Back for Schuster. Back inside for Bullimore. Tidy read from Welsh. Last tackle. Again, metres just flowing for Manly. This will be a contest. Oh, Meany comes down with it and recovers.
Well, it was Schuster putting the kick up. Cherry Evans chased it and realised that he'd overrun the ball, but just threw his arms around and made it a little bit harder than it probably should have been for Nick Meany, who did a good job to pull it in the end.
So Melbourne have won 5 in a row here. They're one defeat way back towards the start of the season, round 2 against Canterbury.
Well, there's plenty of metres on offer from both sides. Big sets. Manly have put in some big carries, haven't they, during the 4 sets that they've had the ball. Melbourne not as much possession yet, but making good metres.
Hughes doesn't get that one flush. It sits up nicely for Garrick. They really are working this side of the field over Manly. And you see there, it's a slippery surface on this greasy night. Jake telling us a bit of rain earlier. Hopefully things have just cleared up nicely. There's Woods. Boy, he's been busy, Aaron Woods. It's already his 4th run. Not the greatest play the ball as Schuster galloping. Didn't play against Melbourne in round 7. In fact, a lot of players on the field tonight from both sides weren't there in that clash. This is Sipley over the 30. On the last, it comes to Cherry Evans. Again, aiming for Coates. It's pinpoint again. This time, Coates manages to stay in the field of play.
Well, that's the 3rd kick Cherry Evans has put up, and they've all landed within a metre of the try line. Olakau'atu on the chase there, just couldn't navigate his way past the Melbourne Storm defenders. But he will be a target. We've seen he's quite handy in the air, Olakau'atu.
So this is Sims. Only one start this year. He's second tonight. Big penalty. Big penalty. First of the night that comes late in the count. As Manly called offside. So that just takes away some of the momentum they've been building. And Melbourne. They've had one shot at Manly and almost scored. Olam back after a couple of weeks on the sidelines after a concussion. Here comes to Liero. Driven back. Oh, Kawatu there, along with Daniela Paseka. Here's Hughes. On it goes to King. Now, as for Solomona, well contained here. Still impossible to get the ground. Back it comes now for Hughes. Pezzett on the run. Goes long for Olam. Good contact, that. There's Ray Turumalo-Vaiga. And now Grant makes a mess of it, a dummy half. Unusual error from Harry Grant.
He's a big boy, Ray Viega, coming in off the wing there to put a shot on Justin Olam. Got tangled up there with as he went to scoop it. Olam's foot was still near the ball. Harry went to come down the short side there, scoop it up, but got tangled up with the back of, well, the heel of Olam's boot. So no real chance there for Melbourne to build on anything. Their best field position, certainly their best start. Start set.
Manly's won the last two contests between these sides. Of course, that game we've referred to in round 7, but last year, high scorer. 36-30, that one also at Brookie as Kohler harassed. Melbourne third on the ladder coming into this weekend as Woods driven sideways. There's a couple of old stages, Woods and Sims. And then a young buck in Liero joining in. Oh, that's not clean, but it's legal. And Sipley receiving that Schuster pass.
Even Sipley had to look at the referee there just to see whether he was going to blow the whistle.
He had the guilty look, didn't he? The puppy dog eyes. So on the last, Manly get through another set here. Cherry Evans, a bit further away this time. Still a pretty good kick. There's Meany steaming back. And again, Melbourne start a set near their own line. Xavier Coates scored, of course, in Brisbane. Will Warbrick. He is growing with each appearance in first grade. Nelson. King. His defence yielding some metres here, and the offload. Sims back for Grant. Comes to Pezzett. The cutout for Olam. And Harper makes the one-on-one tackle. That gets Melbourne at the last. Pezzett. A little bit of wobble on this to chase some Coates, and Garrick bumped in the air. Referee said that was all fine.
Well, that was odd. You can get a penalty if two players jump up and inadvertent contact. They penalise. He just, now this is what we bring in. We don't want players taking the legs of players in the air, and that's exactly what happened there.
It's a good catch, though.
Accidental or not, that's a penalty.
So Kohler wrapped up here by Smith. This is Coates as Bullimore. Manly this time don't make it to halfway. Cherry Evans. Kicks deep, but an easy one for Meany. Will Warbrick. 15th first grade game. Now Melbourne's top try scorer after that recent flurry. Coates wrapped up on tackle number 2. So still waiting for our first points here. Been plenty of metres gained by both sides. And this is a sharp play the ball Liero looking for. Boy, oh boy, that's not play the ball, and it's called a knock on.
Well, he just walked over the top of it. There was no play the ball action from the back leg or anything. He just stood up and hopped over the top of it. Todd Smith just had to blow it up. Like we do see some sloppy play the balls, and that doesn't constitute a play the ball.
You have to pretend at least to play the ball. That's the lesson. So, Manly
You can't go left.
start this inside Melbourne territory.
Well, and they've been down this end for much of the match.
Heads down.
Territory-wise, it's a heavily favours the Seagulls off the back of Cherry Evans' kicking game so far, which has pinned Melbourne down near their own try line.
There's Cole up working down that left side now where he's positioned. And get this set going. Paseka. Followed up now with Schuster. Getting it on Sipley. We're playing the ball here with Cherry Evans coming back towards the middle. Croker scored against Melbourne a few weeks ago. Trying to poke his way through there. 2 tackles left. Woods dummy half. Cherry Evans rolls it in. Olakau'atu! Oh, yes! Olakau'atu! He hasn't scored in a while, but he scores now. And Manly cash in on this terrific start.
Dan, we said pre-game that the most important thing tonight that Cherry Evans will do will be kicking the ball, and so far it's been a masterclass. Long kicks have landed and high kicks have landed right near the try line. They've played great field position off the back of Cherry Evans' kicking game, and then they get down this end and he rolls one through perfectly for that man. Amoli Olakau'atu does a good job to pick it up. I thought he might have just fallen on the ball, wins the race to it, but actually gets it in his hands, dives over, and it's been a great start for Manly.
They've certainly out-energised Melbourne, it would seem. And Amoli scored 5 tries in his first 7 games this year and hasn't scored since round 8. But there we go, try number 6. And now Cherry Evans.
Well, he's controlled things beautifully for Manly so far.
He is a month away, touch wood, from game number 300, and it's hard to remember him playing as well as this. He has got it on a string. 34 years of age, he is ageless. And now Garrick, one of the premier kickers in this competition. Once scored 334 points in a season, Ruben. Should swallow this up, but he's certainly taking his time here. And the guides it through. Manly 6, Melbourne 0. 15 and a half gone.
Yeah, beautiful strike there from Ruben Garrick, and certainly worth looking at the try again. Cherry Evans just splitting the defenders. Olakau'atu knew it was on and won the race to the ball after a terrific start.
Now, we've had some interesting guests to rugby league games. Sir Bob Geldof, he's in Australia, here in Melbourne, to launch a radio station. I wonder what he makes of rugby league. Be quite familiar with it, I gather.
I don't know. Well, he's got the Storm scarf on, so someone's roped him in. Someone's high flies from the Storm.
It looks like he's having a ball, Brandy. As Manly now bring it back. Daniela Paseka driving it forward. Woods.
Good start from the middles, from the Manly middles. Paseka, Toff Sipley, and also Aaron Woods.
Bullimore chiming in. His 4th run. Manly completing at 88% and with purpose as well. Garrick ran over the top of Grant. Melbourne, you can see they're struggling to complete sets at the moment. Cherry Evans under a little pressure there, but he gets away from Sims, then gets away from Nelson, then gets a delight of a pass away to a Piloto brought down, and that will end the set.
Well, it probably deserved more, didn't it? What a ball that was from Cherry Evans. Evading a couple of chases, couldn't put the kick in, threw a great spiral pass out there to Tui Piloto. They just couldn't make anything more of it.
And handing back the ball, 30 metres from the Melbourne line. It's not that riskier
Well, it was good pressure from Melbourne that forced Cherry Evans to run and get away from that and not put the kick in.
Yes, and put it on the chest of Olam there, but brought down by Harper.
Yeah, he hung on desperately there, Morgan Harper, the jersey of Olam.
As Liero settles things down on tackle number 4, Melbourne in good field position here. Pezzett for Hughes. Now as for Solomona. He wanted to get it on to, wrapped up by Paseka. Final play. Hughes kicking towards Coates. It's a deep one. It's a great catch. Vaiga outbody Xavier Coates, 20-metre tap.
Yeah, he gives a fair bit away in height, Ray Vaiga, to Xavier Coates, but that was a terrific leap. Hands up above his head. He weaved his way into a position there, Xavier Coates, but Vaiga, great job from the Manly winger.
Yeah, Harper chimed in too, just making it a little more difficult for Xavier to get there.
Only playing his second game of the year, Ray.
There's now Cherry Evans getting it on. Olakawatu getting over the top of Pezzett, but the help coming from Olam. Riero was there also. Oh, set restart. First of the night. Manly here. What an opportunity this is. 40 away. Grant and Woods getting entangled. And now it's a bit of a wrestle-a-thon. Woods, chirpy. Well, certainly giving some advice there, Aaron. Hughes rushing up.
Josh, the ball!
Out it comes now for Schuster. Woods again. Well, he can't stay away from it, Aaron Woods. Really rolling his sleeves up tonight. Sipley rolling up over the 20. Manly looking for their second try. Comes to Cherry Evans. Shapes the kick. Does kick eventually. The corkscrew doesn't work this time. Tarek Sims was awake to it. Yet again, Melbourne stuck deep in their own area and no penalty coming. Well, we've seen plenty of good and plenty of bad from Manly. It looks like we're getting the good version tonight. High intensity and terrific control. Melbourne have got a challenge here. Oh, it's gone over the head of Olam.
Well, he's thrown a couple of good long balls, Troy Pezzett, Jonah Pezzett, out to Justin Olam. That time, it was like he caught Olam unaware, and all of a sudden it was up above his head and he didn't want to have a go at it, and the ball finds its way over the sideline. So Manly get to start the set again inside Melbourne territory. It's a 70-30 split, the possession, the territory. It's been all Manly down this end of the field. I guess they might be thinking that it's time to come up with their second scoring play.
Melbourne here just a bit off the pace, aren't they? As now it's Paseka. His 7th run. Sipley has 7 runs as well. So they're getting through their work, the big boys. This time an offload from Sipley. Is it sent out to Garrick? Putting on some footwork. Getting away from Liero and getting away from Pezzett before finally being stopped. Sharp played the ball. Croker getting it to Cherry Evans. Cherry Evans to Schuster. Schuster away. Kohler. Oh, the pass was a beauty, but the hands of Tui Pilotu let him down.
Well, great execution from Manly to get the ball to Tui Pilotu, even though the Melbourne Storm sliding defence was there. I don't know how far Tui Pilotu goes, even if he catches it, but he did catch it. Then when he tried to take off, he let go of the ball. Never had a good grip on it. Well, certainly releases the pressure on Melbourne.
So their completion rate drops to still a very impressive 83%, 10 from 12 now. But now, all of a sudden, starting to feel like it's a skinny lead for Manly, given this domination, 6 points to 0. They certainly would have signed away for that at the start of the night. Oh, another Melbourne error. What is going on with the Storm? They are totally off the boil here.
Well, last time it was Jonah Pezzett throwing the ball across the face of, or above, Justin Olam. At the time, Pezzett looked like he wanted to play at it. Liero certainly thought he was going to do that. And then he was surprised when the ball arrived in his hands.
This keeps going. Sir Bob's going to take that scarf off and put a Manly scarf on. 25 away. Vahiga feeding the scrum. And Bullimore into the defence. Another chance for the Seagulls. Woods. Ooh, Liero tried to put a shot on. Now Grant in there again. No dramas this time. There's Cherry Evans. Oh, Karadu having a little look. So Manly again letting the Storm off the hook. Well, he scored one, but he makes a boo-boo there.
Well, 23 minutes into the game, there's been a lot of possession for Manly down this end of the field, and you're right. And they start thinking, well, at this stage we probably could have and should have threatened to score at least another try. Their errors are giving the Melbourne Storm, who are making their own errors, coming out of their own end, a bit of breathing space.
So Melbourne have had just 10 tackles beyond halfway. There it is, the stat on the screen. Only down by 6. As for Solomona, good charge and a penalty. Oh, has the momentum just changed here at Amy Park?
Yeah, that's what they need from Nelson. Yeah, he might have started on an edge, but they need Nelson around the ruck to start to bend this Manly defensive line, and he did just that. Gets through Woods and Sipley, and enough pressure to force the penalty.
So the few times the Storm have been on the attack, they have looked threatening. There's Meany getting it on. Olam. Round it up. 5 errors have already made Melbourne. Need to hang on to it. Alec McDonald. And Kiwi, second season of first grade. With Welsh rolling down towards the 20. Sipley bringing him down. Peasant for Hughes. Hughes shovels it on. Smith's hands. Now setting sail. It's Warbrick. Oh, bundled over. And now it comes to Hughes, who's claiming it. Well, Warbrick has done brilliantly to keep that in the field of play while he was being taken out. And Melbourne get there first.
Now, it wasn't that special execution there from the Melbourne Storm players out to that right edge where Will Warbrick, I thought he went into touch, Dan. I thought he was bundled into touch before he threw the ball back in, but we'll have a look on the replay and see. He got rid of it pretty quick, but boy, he's a long way over the touchline. Was he in the air? We'll have a look at a great ball from Hughes, then from Remus Smith out to Warbrick.
Well, we haven't seen anything at the moment. I think he's flicked that in, Brandy.
I think he was mid-air when he flicked it back in.
He's just brilliant.
He got a big hit from Garrick, who's shown that he can defend at the back there. He's already stopped a try on the other side. Put Xavier Coates into touch. I think Warbrick's... he's got rid of it. He's got rid of it. Both feet in the air. Jerome Hughes scoops the ball up, scores the try. It will be confirmed.
This bloke could be frightening if he continues this development. He's 15 games into his career, Warbrick. We've seen him score tries. Plenty of players would have made a mess of that, but not Will Warbrick. Hughes with the try.
So a Kiwi Sevens player. Rugby.
Yes. Australian rules as well.
And was raw when he started, but he's very athletic.
So Meany to tie it up. Remarkable, really. And that one is going to fade away. So Manly hold on to a slender lead, 6 points to 4. Jake Duke, down to you.
5 errors from Melbourne to start this first half. Manly with 70% of the territory. Then they get one shot and they make it count through this man, Will Warbrick. That's 12 tries. Well, he's scored 11 tries in 15 games so far. Not often he sets them up, but, and he returns the favours for Jerome Hughes, who actually put him over for 4 tries last week against the Tigers. He turns the assist man, turns it back inside, and there's Jerome Hughes on the spot to give Melbourne their first try.
That's it. Thank you, Jake. So Hughes, his 4th for the season.
Well, Melbourne couldn't get out of their own end. Manly couldn't capitalise, and you often see it, don't you, when a side's under pressure. They get a chance at the other end, they come up with points.
Well, Melbourne's had 1 tackle inside the 20 of Manly, 1 try and 1 disallowed, as McDonald is driven down by Aloye, who's just entered the game. So good contest here in Melbourne. 13 to go in the first half. Mental test here for Manly after coughing up that try. And Welsh getting an offload. Grant scooting, linking up with McDonald. Now they're starting to roll the storm. Hughes saw the defenders rush up on him. Just had to take the tackle. Kepi coming off the bench tonight, making that tackle as King charging it up. Pretty good set from the Storm after points. Hughes with no Munster tonight, doing the bulk of the kicking. Here's Garrick going backwards to try and go forwards. He's done reasonably well considering, but still doesn't go too far.
Well, that was a bit better chase there from the Melbourne Storm. It's been a bit sloppy, their kick chase tonight.
Oh, geez, he's reaching back for his back there, Garrick, or his hip. Just having a word with the trainer. We'll have to keep an eye on that. The Nuggety Vaiga.
He's a powerhouse.
He sure is. Now, Cherry Evans from inside the 40. Oh, it's a wonderful kick. Somehow Meany keeps it in. Incredible. The kick deserved to be a 40-20, but Meany had other ideas.
Well, Cherry, he didn't get the result that time, but he's just the best. When it comes to 40-20s, Cherry Evans is the master.
Oh,
that is great stuff there from Nick Meany.
Now Melbourne spreading it. Peasant holding it out in front of him. And Olakau'atu takes him down.
Well, it took brilliance from Meany to save that. And that would have been a huge play from Cherry Evans.
Well, he was miles behind the 40 and centre field. And now, Grant fashioning a kick.
Well, he got hit as he kicked it, something which does happen at times when you try and kick out of dummy half and the marker reads it, which is exactly what happened there.
Tolu Kola now going upfield. Aaron Woods, 9 runs for his first stint. And now Morgan Harper. Haven't seen him in first. Oh, careful, Trent. Haven't seen him in first grade since round 9. Tackle deemed fine. Aloye. This is Sean Kepi. Good footwork. Almost got past Nelson, but then wore a solid shot there. So from the 30, up it goes. Garrick steaming through, but he takes a tumble. So no problem for Meany. Meany's still coming nicely, though, for Manly. This is shaping as a good one here on this Saturday night. Welsh's offload sends Hughes down the middle.
Yeah, it was Welsh's offload the last set that got the Melbourne Storm on the run. He's very good at a late offload, drags 3 or 4 defenders in, pops the ball, as he did there with Jerome Hughes, who made 20 metres off the back of it.
It seems like a very quick game, doesn't it? Once we get the errors out of things to slow things down. It's going at quite the clip. Peasant for Liero. Kepi getting some help there from Harper. So Melbourne up to the 20, but this is the last. Grant sizes it up. Gives it to Hughes. Warburg coming through. Oh, and Remus Smith. It just hit him on the chest. In the end, it comes away harmlessly for the Seagulls. It's like everyone was standing around waiting for it to bounce.
Yeah, Remus Smith, well, Pelotto come rushing in. He didn't want to make a play at it. And Remus Smith really didn't know where the ball was.
No, I think he realised right at the last moment there, which is too little too late. So one try apiece. And this is Ben Condon, the former Cowboy, starting to make his way at Brookvale. Cherry Evans, this is the 5th, so happy just to pass. Kepi wanting to offload, but not able to. Cherry Evans, what's he seen here? He's seen his Queensland teammate. Got past him. Now the little grubber. Then he miscues the second kick. Oh, and now Hughes loses it, perhaps ripped out. And that's the way it's been seen. And now there's a penalty here for a high shot.
Yeah, it was ripped out by Morgan Harper. Jerome Hughes, but it was one-on-one, so it was play on, and then the high shot coming in. There's Harper. Oh, Meany just got one on the chin from Ben Condon.
Well, this is a big test for Manly. With Melbourne again to apply some pressure. As it comes here from right to left, it pairs it on for Meany. Cherry Evans making the one-on-one tackle. Manly's done their best work this year in second half, so this should be quite the delight for them if they could hold on to this lead going into the sheds. Aaron Pennant. Good charge up to the 30. Hughes. Now for the running peasant. On it goes Liero. Oh, Harper again. He's come up with some big defensive plays tonight. And gives away 6 more tackles. Just a little too vigorous there. Not letting his men get up. So Melbourne, what a dream opportunity this is. As for Solomona, cutting back to the middle. Croker holding on. Pennant. Metre away. Out it comes for Peasant. Oh, and Harper racing up, and he actually put pressure on, and Melbourne make a mess of it.
Well, that was disappointing for Melbourne there. After getting the set restart late in the set, getting another one on the Manly line. Nick Meany misses both Meany and Olam, and then Xavier Coates just... Well, gee, I thought Justin Olam, even though he did have, I think, Ray Viega flying through, just put him off. He didn't want to touch the ball, just let it go past him, and Coates couldn't scoop it up. Disappointing finish to that set for the Melbourne Storm.
A couple of misfires now on that side of the field for the Storm. Tuapolotu, the first to play it here. Viega, his first grade debut late last year. Played the last couple of games of Manly's 2022 season. Harper. So Melbourne again struggling to complete sets. 13 from 19 now. Aloye down the middle. It's McDonald who'll be last to peel off. Here's Condon. Strong. 4th game for the Seagulls. Cherry Evans kicking the belly of the ball. Oh, it almost got away from Coates. Garrick with the chase, but Coates gets away. Now skipping past Kepi and Schuster. And he makes it to the 20. There's Warbrick. Powers his way upfield. Warbrick with the incredible try assist to give Melbourne their only points of this game. As it comes to Asifa Solomona, who carries them over halfway. Aaron Penne, he's been busy since coming in. Last tackle, Hughes. Plenty of time to set himself for the kick here. Remus Smith coming through, Grant hanging around, but Tuapolotu holds onto it. Go back to the Clyde Churchill studio. We've got a pretty engaging game here. But Vonnie, Mal and Cooper will take you through the halftime period. It's been a busy Super Saturday here. An absolute points fest on the Sunshine Coast to start the day, and then pretty competitive game at Penrith. There's Cherry Evans in trying to put some work on this ball here, but no problem for Meaney. Meaney gets away. Kepi crucial down low. Olakau'atu up top. Good field position though for Melbourne at the start of this set. As Coates bounds down and goes straight through, then skips clear, then brought down by Garrick. Manly all of a sudden in a bit of trouble. Melbourne, here they come. Hughes for Grant. Grant delays the pass. Spectacular catch by Meaney. 3 tackles left. Back it comes for King. Hughes showing it. Now comes to Remus Smith. They try and isolate Tuapolotu. Smith almost gets there. Schuster just in time. Now the little barge over attempt. And Warbrick kept out. 1 play left. Manly holding on. Hughes with the grubber. Peasant coming through. Oh, Peasant got there. Jonah Peasant grounds it. The forward roll. And Melbourne in front for the first time.
He did a great job there, Jonah Peasant, to get his hands on the ball. I thought the Manly cover defence was going to win the race in the in-goal area there, but Peasant, like a flash, got to the ball. The kick from Jerome Hughes was a beauty into the in-goal, but it all started with this. Xavier Coates, dangerous when he's come back from the left to the right, bursts through that Manly defence there. Ruben Garrick comes up with another try saver, and then a great kick from Jerome Hughes, and it was the post that fooled Olakau'atu, had to step around the goal posts, and that allowed Jonah Peasant to win the race to the ball. Just watch Olakau'atu follow the ball here. Peasant gets over the top of it, but gets it down.
Yes, I think we'll get the all clear there, but they'll be looking at it in the bunker. That's not a great angle. Well, we saw last night there's leniency in 2023, so you would think that would be given the all clear.
Well, I think if they slowed it down, there would be there'd be a still shot where his hand was on the ball and the ball was on the ground.
You would think. Second career try for Jonah Peasant in his 6th game. And there it is, confirmed. Well, Melbourne, can you believe this? Manly dominant for most of the first half, but Melbourne will take the lead, it seems, into the break. I suppose you can believe it, because that's what Melbourne so often do. They cash in when they get a chance. Meaney makes it 10 points to 6. So Jonah Peasant made his debut against the Gold Coast in what was a point-scoring feast early in the season, and seems pretty composed in the top grade.
He does. He looked good. I remember his debut game against the Gold Coast. You're right, Dan. Looked very comfortable. Did some good things. A couple of passes astray in the first half down this left-hand side from Melbourne Storm, but very young in his career. Jerome Hughes scoring the first try, setting up the second with the grubber kick. So a good half from the Melbourne Storm. Number 7, as it has been from Manly's captain, and number 7, Darley Cherry Evans.
We've seriously got a contest here, but Melbourne haven't lost a half-time lead at home in 4 years, if you can believe that. 2019 against Canberra was the last time they led at half-time at Amy Park and lost, but it's a 4-point game as Olam now brings it back. Oh, driven back, so Manly putting a bit of heat on in this last set before half-time. Pennant. As it comes out for Asfa Solomone. He's troubled them at times. He does it again, although that offload hitting the grass. Hughes. What's he got in store? Hughes. He gives it to Peasant. Peasant on the Wallen. That pass hits the mark. Now Wallen with the kick. The chase is on. Meany's coming. So is Peasant. It's still live. Oh, it just goes over the back. Exciting finish to the first half. Melbourne, almost a heartbreaker as the siren was sounding.
And that was Ruben Garrick that knocked that ball dead there. The kick on the inside. They opened them up down this left-hand side where they have been dangerous. They've been sloppy down this side, Melbourne, but they've also been very good on occasions. The kick inside from Justin Olam, a beauty, but winning the race was Ruben Garrick. He's done some great work at the back defensively tonight for Manly.
Indeed he has, but it's Melbourne at half-time leading the Manly Seagulls 10 points to 6. So Garrett with the ball on the tee. We've had so many close finishes here in Melbourne between the Storm and the Seagulls. Are we 40 minutes away from another one? Ali McDonald starts things off in this second period, and plenty of ferocity there in that Manly defence. Manly, their second halves this year have been much better than their first. First halves minus 48 for and against. Second halves plus 36. Strong run from Penny.
Yeah, I think he's injured there, Lachlan Croker. He fell awkwardly. And that was after wearing a big shot from Penne.
Ooh, yeah, so his head connecting with the upper arm there of Penne, and that's going to be a problem for Croker.
Well, they've got Carl Lawton on the bench, so if he is ruled out of the game.
You haven't seen Lawton yet, so he'll at least be fresh. So Croker has been their #1 dummy half for the last 4 years. Now we've got a player about to be put on report here. Aaron Penne has been put on report for that. So leading with the arm, I gather. Oh, hang on. What are we looking at here?
Well, I think the shoulder did the damage. The elbow did raise. He did, after the initial impact, he did put the forearm up into the chin of Lachlan Croker, but the damage was done by the shoulder. I don't know. I've never seen I've seen worse elbows than that this year that haven't been penalised.
So gives Manly an early chance. And this is Josh Aloiai. Wouldn't this be the perfect start for them to start with a try? Carl Lawton about to get his hands on the ball. Kepi shoveling at Schuster. Haven't seen much of Schuster tonight as it comes out here to Kohler.
No, you're right. Schuster has been quiet. Now they dropped a lot of ball after the midway point in that first half down Melbourne's end. But he has been kept quiet.
This is Kepi on tackle number 3. Here is Schuster, chiming in on the right side, linking up with Cherry Evans, and Olakau'atu almost through. Just grabbed by the foot there. And now Condon trying to crash over. One play left. Schuster, too cute. And Hughes comes away with it.
One of the hardest kicks in the game is that delicate kick trying to get it over the defensive line with not much landing area. And that's what faced Josh Schuster as Aaron Penne pulling up a bit sore after the defence on the goal line.
And he's limping badly. Well, what a strange couple of minutes he's had. And he's straight off. So they might be down to 16. Yet to see. I haven't seen Bronson Garlick or Tyron Wishart. They've played with 15 to this point, Melbourne. dead ball line there, Aaron Penne. So that's the end of the Melbourne set. And Christian Tuipulotu bringing it back. The Manly Seagulls. So plenty of action to start this second half as we see what happened to Penne.
Yeah, just on his own goal line. He just got tangled up there with Harry Grant it was. Just got his feet tangled up with Harry Grant, and there just gets... Grant almost kicks him in the Achilles here.
I hope we're not into Syndesmosis territory there, but we'll get an update all through. Oh, that's a can't play the ball. That is a clear knock on. We saw Melbourne make a mess of one or two earlier, but that's a gift for the home side.
Oh,
too much sticky stuff on the hand.
The hand that stuck to his hand. Too much spray at halftime.
Boys, 12 seconds.
So here's Melbourne about to start an attacking raid. We've got enough time here to get a quick comment from Jake Duke.
Yeah, Craig Bellamy's message at half-time, just wants better ball control. Obviously, 6 errors in that first half. Not happy with that. Anthony Seibold was all about discipline. He was talking about penalties. They gave away 3 penalties to 0, invited the Storm back into that one.
Thank you, Jake. So Melbourne now, there's the brains trust of the Seagulls watching on. Melbourne have scored the last 2 tries. He continues to hobble off. Peasant almost putting Liero through. Harper.
Great tackle, Harper.
He's made a few tonight like that. King now on for Hughes. And Meaney chiming in, but Kohler brings him down with the help of Kepi. Back it comes for Welsh. Welsh's offloads have been a problem for Manly, but not here. Well handled with 1 tackle left. Hughes runs into a cul-de-sac. Bullimore, tremendous tackle. And that's a changeover.
Well, look at the chat between Jerome Hughes there and Nick Meaney. Jerome Hughes certainly not happy with what happened on his outside there. So had a couple of things to say to Nick Meaney, who must have wanted him. And here we go, the 5th play. He was looking to. Well, I think he was dirty with Nelson and Jerome Hughes, who's come up with the ball.
Well, they've come up with it immediately. The Storm. As now Asifa Solomona runs straight over Condon. Storm now inside the 10. Out it comes to King. We're running into Lawton. Kepi there too, but Melbourne, tremendous chance to score a 3rd straight try. Peasant goes down low. Meaney the cutout. Coates can't get by Vaiga. Liero chiming in at dummy half. Back for Peasant. Now Grant. Oh, and again, not quite crisp at the moment, the Storm. Last tackle. Hughes this time does get boot to ball. It's the Warbrick side. Through his hands. Could still be live. Crafty work, Manly. Garrick the flick. Bullimore gets away. That's it. Oh, hang on. Condon's gone down there. But Bullimore up to the 30. Tremendous recovery from Manly.
Did you see the flick from Tolu Kola there? Under pressure, there was Melbourne players all around him. Will Warbrick, he just tapped it back into the in-goal area to Ruben Garrick. Watch this from Tolu Kola. Look, just a little tap back. Boy, if he gets that wrong, anything could have happened. That was great play from Kola. And Manly get themselves out of trouble pretty quickly.
Sure did. It only took him 1 tackle, really. Cherry Evans, Olakau'atu has looked as dangerous tonight as he has in a while. Hard to put away here. He's their lone try scorer. Kepi. Schuster. Garrick, the fullback. And Schuster with Grant putting just a little bit of pressure on. Schuster's kick, no problem for Meaney. But plenty of metres for Manly there.
Yeah, good to mix it up every now and then. But if Cherry Evans is in position, give him the ball to kick. Goes closer to the try.
We saw in the first 20 minutes how pinpoint he was with his boot. Olam now. So no points as yet in this second half as McDonald goes up the middle. Welsh. Here's Peasant, now Liero, all over the top of Harper, but Eager and Cherry Evans clean it up. Grant goes short side, he's got no one with him. Now puts boot the ball, it's the last tackle, it's kicked ahead by Coates. Beautiful positional play by Garrick. Now he threatens. Boy, he's ticked all the boxes tonight at fullback, Ruben Garrick.
Yeah, they got themselves out of trouble a couple of times, Manly now, and that one looked dangerous where Xavier Coates got his foot to the ball after they went down that short side.
Feels like this game's just gone up a gear. It's a good, tight contest. Aloiai into Grant and King. Cherry Evans runs out a dummy half. And that's tackle 4. Omokawatu getting it on. There's some of the big boys back on the field, like Taniela Paseka. Cherry Evans, there we go. The kick that gets to the 10-metre line. Coates, often the target of Cherry Evans with those kicks. Brings it back to the 20. And Melbourne, no Munster rested, and of course no Tontra Bojovic for Manly, gone for the season. There's Meaney. Taken quickly. Grant from inside the 40.
Beautifully trapped there from Ruben Garrick.
And already to within 10 of halfway. Now Vaiga. Oh, he's lost it. Penalty. Penalty. Strip. 2-on-1. So the strip is the call here. Doesn't appear to be too much consternation for Melbourne.
No, Jerome Hughes got his arm around the ball.
Oh, yeah. The 2 in the tackle. And
well, that second movement where he had his arm just on the outside, then put it around the ball and pulled, made it easy for the referee.
So, Welsh racing up there, trying to put a shot on Paseka. So we've crossed the 50-minute mark here. Just the 3 tries scored. Strong charge, Aloiai.
He's made a number of those, Aloiai, since he's been on. Good run.
So Lawton, almost to the 10. Good threatening run with Kepi now. He's going to have a dart. The big fella out of dummy half. 4 gone. Lawton looking right, going right. And just the crash play, Aloiai. Haven't seen Cherry Evans yet. He's lurking on the right. Gets it. Crafts the kick. Good chase and Coates bats it out. Line drop out.
Great kick from Cherry Evans. They'll be hoping they get the ball back. Just got on the outside of Jonah Pezzett to get it around his legs and around his feet into the in-goal area. Xavier Coates read it nicely, though, and had to. Harper was there, ready to pounce.
Now, Melbourne, they were, remember that kick in the first half, that absolutely perfect kick towards the sideline. What have they got for us this time? Same style of kick. This one a little higher, a little shallower, actually, and good take, Kohler. Garlick in the game trying to rip it out. So back-to-back sets now for Manly near the Melbourne line.
He might need a little Schuster magic here.
Lawton. Geez, Melbourne rushing up in defence. Cherry Evans. There it is. There's Schuster's no-look pass. Harper getting close, but not getting to the try line. Liero and Pezzett along with Meaney saving that one. Back for Cherry Evans. On to Schuster. Schuster. Always a little bit of trickery. There's Aloiai taken. Schuster again. Paseka swivels. Oh, Garrick around the back.
Well read there by Will Warbrick, up quickly. He had a couple of unmarked players, Manly on the outside, shut it down nicely.
So lost meters the last couple of plays. Schuster Should be a contest, this. Oh, no! Olam untouched. A meek ending there for Manly. Melbourne come away with it.
Well, Schuster's kick just not landing where he really wanted it to. Needed to be a little bit deeper, went across the field rather than towards the try line.
Interesting that stat that popped up. Manly had only had 6 tackles inside Melbourne's 20 before that, right? So much ball, but most of it between the 20 and the halfway.
And most of the position, the territory that they had was Melbourne bringing it off their own line. It wasn't exactly Manly with the possession.
Yeah, those numbers going up the last couple of sets there, but Melbourne keeping the Seagulls out. So Garrick, 21 times he'd been fullback for Manly before tonight, so certainly accustomed to the role. Io Weeks, the young fella, had been given an opportunity there. But it's Garrick there at the back as we go to Jake Duke with an update.
Good news for the Manly Seagulls, guys. Lachlan Croker has passed his HIA. He's back on the sideline, due to return to this game very shortly.
Okay, so they're back to 17, Melbourne to 16 with Penair out of the game at the moment. It's Bullimore on tackle number 5. Wells trying to put a chase on Cherry Evans. One tailed straight to Coates.
It was like an inverted spinning ball. He's tried to put up a couple of curly ones tonight, Cherry Evans. Not normally like that. Anyway, they haven't come off yet. Coates has been up there and he's aimed them all at Coates.
Here's Hughes running. Oh, sharp play the ball. That's going to allow Grant to take a couple of steps. And now Garlick pressing forward. Pretty good set for Melbourne. Last tackle, Peasant. End over in kick. Meany putting pressure on. Oh, he had a shot at it too. Through his hands it goes. Cherry Evans looking to explore. And just pops it to Harper. So still yet to see points in this second half. Ray Vaiga. So Lachlan Croker, no mucking around getting him back into proceedings. Oh, Woods, where's one from Nelson?
Bad news for the Melbourne Storm, guys. Confirmed that Aaron Penne has been ruled out of this game with an ankle injury, so they are down to 16.
Yeah, looked pretty nasty. Thank you, Jake. Now, at the moment, what have we got here? Now the referee calls a halt to proceedings.
Well, Nelson grabbed hold of Carl Lawton there. Did he drag him back? Now, the Manly players are all protesting, saying that Nelson's used a forearm.
I don't think there'd been a decision from Todd Smith until this moment.
Didn't see much in that.
No. Does get a replay out of the bunker though, so they'll be looking at it. Yeah, that looks innocuous, and it is going to be a play the ball. So tackle 4 here for Manly.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, we've already had the report of Aaron Penne for raising his arm with the ball, but nothing on that there from Nelson. So Garrick doesn't go too far on the 5th. Cherry Evans kicking from inside the 40, but this is a nice simple one for Meany. This has been a one-score game all night. Olam wrapped up by Bullimore. Melbourne looking for their 10th win of the season. Looking for another trip to the finals in the top 4. They basically lived for the last couple of decades. It's a run from Garlick. Manly, they've only won 2 of their last 7, but this would be something if they came down here and got the points. Warringah escapes Coates. Gets past Grant. Oh, got past another, but still can't crack the 10.
Well, he beat some tackles. He moved the defence around a bit. He's a powerhouse, Warringah.
Kohler getting into a wrestle. That's going to be a penalty. Boy, that's a big result for Manly. There was not much doing in that set. Under pressure.
Penalties 3 apiece now.
That's not going to make the crowd happy, that replay on the big screen here. Not much there from Remus, but penalty to the Seagulls. The Birds have arrived. It's always full boating when the Birds turn up here. Oh, knock on Kepi. Well, that's full boating for the Seagulls. Now it's Welsh. Boy, the Seagulls there. This is more than normal. We're under siege here. Now it's Peasant on for Hughes. Nelson straight down the middle. Oh, Nelson! Asafa Solomona plunging over. Somebody stop him. Melbourne, a 3rd straight try.
Well, that's a big price to pay for the error. Sean Kepi, the Manly Seagulls, bringing it out of their own end. Then Nelson slides through some paper-thin defence. An arm grab there from Josh Schuster. Kohler was on the outside. Schuster didn't make a play at all. The big footwork, the big step gets around Ruben Garrick, who has been a rock at the back for Manly. And that was too easy there. For a game that's given up nothing and has been neck and neck, that one looked a little easy. He's a big man, Nelson, but not much effort put in from the front line of Manly's defence there.
So second try of the year.
Birds everywhere.
Maybe you put them off. They've been tackling great all night. Geez, they turned up in time. They got a great sight of Big Nelson thundering down the middle. So Melbourne now an imposing lead as we hit the 60-minute mark of this contest.
Did you say the Melbourne Storm haven't given up a half-time lead in 4 years at Amy Park?
Yes. Yes, indeed. This would be 18 in a row. I think since this stadium opened, 93% record, Melbourne. When they lead at half-time, they win 93% of the time. They now lead by 10, 16-6.
That's a scary sight, isn't it? Nelson Asafa Solomona charging at any half. He goes straight through. Only the 5th time in his career he started in the back row, but boy, has he been a force when he's used on the edge. He scored 3 tries in 5 games starting as a back rower, averages 130 metres in the position, around 6 tackle busts and 2 offloads as well whenever he is starting on an edge. So he's getting close to those numbers here tonight. A force, an absolute force that puts the Melbourne Storm further ahead in this one.
Their winning record is so much better when he's there. It's his 10th game this year. If they win, they'll be 7-3 with Nelson in the team. Oh, hello. Here's a early spread as it comes to Welsh, who's now wrapped up. Tomorrow, good day, very good day. 8 hours of wall-to-wall rugby league here on Fox League. Live and exclusive from 1, of course, it's the Broncos-Titans, the rare Broncos Sunday Arvo game. Geez, they should get a good crowd there at Suncorp, and that's only on Fox League. Then at 4, South Sydney versus the Cowboys. The Cowboys all of a sudden coming along nicely. That one from Sydney. And then the late game, Roosters, Luke Keary will play, and the Raiders. Haven't seen them for a couple of weeks. That's at 6:15 every game, every round, of course, live and ad break free here on Fox League. And then it's Matty with his crew straight after that. So a big day here on Fox. Melbourne get through that set. Manly now, this is a challenge. This is a real challenge. They've been in this game up to their eyeballs, but they're now down by 10. Warringah. There's the big front rower, Sipley, rolling over halfway. Good play the ball. That allows Croker to run. Makes a good 15 metres and keeps it going. Paseka. Reaching for the head there straight away.
He's banged heads.
Little pat there on the shoulder from Christian Welsh. And, yeah, accidental poke there. So I don't think he's milking this, Brandy. I think that one was quite genuine.
Genuine poke in the eye.
Nothing obviously deliberate from Welsh, but just brutally unlucky. He's saying he can't see here, so just he's a little bit concerned at the moment, Taniela. The crowd unforgiving, but you can see the redness there in that left eye. They're thinking he's trying to milk a penalty here, but he's genuinely got an issue.
Yeah.
So when he plays it, it'll be 36 metres out with one tackle left. Schuster. Oh, this is the last tackle. The last tackle. And Bullimore goes to ground. Well.
Did they know it was play 5, or did they not see?
Well, Schuster was barking instructions there. I don't know if you noticed, Brady, as if he was waiting for that next play. So that's an error there. As Tarek Sims, who started the game, is now on for his second stint. Boy, these birds are relentless. I know we're used to them here for these Melbourne night games, but they're really making a scene. Here's the kick from Pezzett now. Lost behind. Coates takes it and reaches out and scores. Xavier Coates gets over. The deliberate kick along the ground. Ray Warringah hits him on the fingertips. And Melbourne now in their stride.
Well, only playing his 4th first-grade game, Ray Warringah, and the ball was getting away from him. He dived to try and pull it in. Could only get fingertips to it, which saw it kick on. Xavier Coates gets the bounce. Ruben Garrick can't stop him. Jonah Pezzett just drops it on the foot. Spinning hard, wasn't it? Ray Warringah couldn't pull it in.
We need to make sure he was onside.
I think he was.
I think he was too, but they'll be having a good look at that. You wouldn't think Xavier would make an error of that. He knows exactly where he is in relation to his kicker. Good finish.
Ruben Garrick could stop that one. Pezzett's kick was a beauty too. Angled it,
that's
angling towards the wing, the sideline of Xavier Coates there, and Garrick's done some mighty things at the back defensively tonight, but that's a little bit too much to ask for.
Yeah. Well, this is getting away now for Manly. 4 unanswered tries. Xavier Coates, try on Wednesday night, try here on this Saturday night. And nice strike rate here at Amy Park. 8th try of the year. He's got some catching up to do if he's going to get Will Warbrick, who's on 11. Meany, this will be a nice mark. He'll bring up 500 if he nails this kick. Points for Newcastle and Canterbury, and 500 will just have to wait. But it's Melbourne leading Manly 20 points to 6. Jake Duke, down to you.
A great kick from young Jonah Pezzett, having a great game in this one. Just his 6th game in first grade, filling in for Cameron Munster, who is sick and was ruled out of this game. He chased down one off Jerome Hughes to score a try early in the first half, then puts in a pinpoint kick for Xavier Coates, who's pumped up there. That's 19 tries in 16 games here at Amy Park in his career. He's a try-scoring machine.
He sure is.
Had a bit of work on that kick, didn't he, Jonah Pezzett? Spinning away from Ray Viega.
Didn't look lucky, did it? It looked totally deliberate what he put on that ball. Now, speaking of deliberate kicks, that's a beauty. And now Manly straight back into attack, but they need to get a move on. 14 down, 15 to play. Extra tackle coming here. Been a while since they've scored, the Seagulls. 14th minute when Olakawatu went over off a Cherry Evans grubber. Nelson all over Schuster. Woods looking to fall on his front quickly for the play the ball. Garlic slow to get off. All legal. Here's a charge here from Taniela Paseka. It takes all the strength of Welsh and Meany and Grant to stop him. 2 tackles left. Schuster getting it on. Kohler tries to tap it, and it's called a knock on. It's called a knock on. We haven't seen a challenges yet tonight. And doesn't appear as though Manly are going to fire one off here.
Well, I'd roll the dice. Ooh, maybe not. I think he was trying to catch that. Looked like originally he was trying to push it out. It was tough. Warbrick was all over it. It was a difficult pass to take. They've done a good job to control Schuster's passing game tonight, the Melbourne Storm edge.
Never had a try assist against the Storm, Schuster. This is his 5th game against him. Now, some would be off the bench and in the back row, but they've always handled him pretty well. Here in pole position. Grant. He's tireless, but he must be fatigued. Been out there all game after 51 minutes on Wednesday. Now Grant. Herring downfield. That's the ankle tap there. Bringing him down. Hughes not waiting for the last, deliberately placing that kick away from Garrick. Oh, that's terrific control from Hughes and from Melbourne.
When you're up 20 to 6, that's exactly the sort of play you want. Just kick the ball in field, kick towards Remus Smith and Will Warbrick there. And they've got a long way to go.
They can smell a bit of blood in the water here as they race up. That's tackle 3 on the 10. Viega gets it up over the 20, but they're at the wrong end of the field here. Woods, oh, that's Sims racing up and giving away a penalty. Whoa, that was unnecessary. And now that just opens the door ever so slightly for the visitors.
Well, that's something that would irritate Craig Bellamy. I'm sure if the camera swung to him now, we might get some swear words out of him.
Yeah, he's probably off in the back.
It's gone for a walk. Yeah.
So
just opens the door, doesn't it?
Just a little. And Sipley first to go to... Oh, tackle 2. Paseka drops it.
Well, his eyes still a bit crooked. They won't get many more chances, the Seagulls. There's still 11.5 minutes to go, but opportunity there. Started the set, the penalty. They find touch on halfway. They could build something there.
They've competed so hard, it would be a shame from their perspective if they let this get right away at the finish. Melbourne are the masters of this bearing team, so they could really do some damage here in the last 11 minutes. taken off his feet. Nelson bumping away Bullimore. Comes here Sims getting it on. Pezzett along for Liero. Olam the bobble. Olam takes on Harper. Harper rounds him up, but that's the 30-metre line. Out it comes to Grant. Linking up with Hughes on the angle. Meany, trouble. And it comes to Warbrick, but no panic from Tuipulotu. Still imposing from the Storm with one tackle left. Hughes back towards the sideline. Oh, that's unlucky for Schuster. Puts it down. And Manly will have to do some more defending.
Well, they look dangerous down this right-hand side there. Nick Meany. I think Will Warbrick had trouble keeping up with Meany there, but coming back down the short side, Jerome Hughes barely got his foot to it. Had to make a play at it, Schuster, and unfortunately for Manly, just couldn't clean it up.
Let's go, work it in, boys. Hurry.
So here's Pezzett doing a lot of talking here as they work out their play from the scrum.
Come on, Melbourne.
It was 10-6 at half-time.
Let's go, Christian. Heads down, Toff. Toff.
Grant at the back.
Put your head down, mate. Put your
Keep
head down.
eyes on him as he looked to his left.
Head down.
Simply in no hurry to get into the scrum. Fired out immediately to Hughes. Not the cleanest ball. Meany nonchalantly hauls it in. No need to panic the Storm. 14 up with 9 to play. Sims. 8th game for the Storm. 6 more tackles. Wood's not getting off in time. Liero inches them closer. Melbourne to finish them off. Garlic. He's happy to take the tackle. Plenty of attackers on the left side, although they just pan it up the middle through Sims. Woods and Garrick hold on. Now comes for Liero, another crash play. Does well to hang on to it. He was sandwiched. Olakuatu and Cherry Evans, the tacklers. Hughes rolls it in. No, Nelson again! But hang on, it's taken here by Tuipulotu, and he does well to stay in the field of play. Well, that would have been outrageous if Nelson scored a double.
Yeah, Melbourne don't have to push the ball. There were 6 crash plays there and a kick off the back of it. They almost got the result. But again, Manly stuck down this end of the field and trying to go 100 metres.
And you can see them bunched up here. It's starting to take its toll, the fatigue here with Kohler. Oh, Kohler goes down. Schuster on the run. And manufactures that offload. Bullimore keeps it going. Good pressure from Hughes, but Croker getting it on. Here's Aaron Woods, centre field. That's creative. But Harper wrapped up.
Yeah, they get a clap for that, the Melbourne Storm crowd. Pretty happy with the defence there. Simply doing the kicking.
Wow, that's for Simply, that's not bad, but that's not what the doctor ordered. Warbrick crashing through. Manly on the ropes. Melbourne. Are they ready here to throw the knockout punch? Tyron Wishart, late entry into the game. Welsh. Pezzett crafts the kick. Coates coming through. Oh my goodness! Xavier Coates! Leaps high, grabs it down. From the book of Wateni Zalesnia, Xavier Coates gets it down in the corner.
Well, he was desperately trying to straighten up. This is a great play from Jonah Pezzett. Cherry Evans up quick, which he does. He rushes the half, the opposition half, and forces them into a decision, and Pezzett pulled out a beauty. Kick behind. Ray Viega was up. I think he almost does it splits over the top of the corner post, doesn't he? Because he's trying to straighten up, but he's heading out because he's running on an angle, but somehow keeps the body up in the air, throws the hand down, and gets the ball in the corner.
It's like a long jumper, the sort of leap that he gave there, the way he stretched the legs out and try confirm. Boy, what a flourish for him in this second half.
You mentioned Dallin Wateni last night, 4 tries, and some of the put-downs were spectacular, and coach has just matched that with his own special.
Well, it's his own brand, that's the coach brand of put-down.
Yeah, that's very good. But a great play from Jonah Pezzett. Cherry Evans forced him into a decision. He dropped the ball onto his foot, got the kick, the weight of it right, sat up nicely for his winger. A dominant second half.
So coach's 9th try of the year. Pezzett to do the kicking. So Meany's 500th point, we'll just have to wait. And Pezzett trying to keep his perfect NRL record. It's coming back. Oh, hits the woodwork. So 18 the margin. A dominant second half. We focused a lot on Manly tonight. Daly Cherry Evans. There's not much more that man could have done. But Melbourne, so efficient, Brandy, and I guess it's something we've just become so used to over the years.
Yes, they are, and they've done it without Cameron Munster. And whenever Munster isn't in the Melbourne Storm side, there's always, I think people look at it with some trepidation that Melbourne might be able to get the job done. Jerome Hughes has been fantastic. In his place, Jonah Pezzett has done a terrific job. And they had to work hard for it, Dan. Manly were up for the fight for 50 minutes.
They sure were, but now they're going to... Oh, no, Manly just starting to get cranky here. And Melbourne will get another chance here to really rub it in. Manly, by the way, they've got a massive game next week. It's against the Roosters, who are in a similar situation on the ladder. And that's at Brookie, Saturday, 5:30. That's a big one for both those clubs. Then they've got a bye. And they do look like a club that probably could use a week off at the moment, Manly. And the games after that. There's Melbourne now getting a little loose, but play on. No, not now.
Yeah, just touched the hand of Bronson Garlick there. The offload from Welch. They're going to challenge it. At least they've got a challenge. So.
Captain's challenge from Melbourne. Challenging the on-fielder decision of a knock-on from Bronson Garlick.
First challenge of the night.
Just looking at the left hand of Bronson Garlick. He makes contact with the ball and drags it towards his body, which is towards his opponent's dead ball line, which constitutes a knock-on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
All right, we can move on there. By the way,
I don't think they were confident. They just did it.
No, exactly.
3 minutes to go, and they had a challenge up their sleeve.
Can't take it with you. They can't take it with them to Docklands next week. By the way, what about Friday night, Brady? We've got a big Sunday tomorrow, the Sunday ticket. Friday, it's one of the biggest Friday nights of the year. Warriors South, the 6 p.m. game.
Let's go, Melbourne.
Enormous game from Mount Smart Stadium.
That'll be a sellout too again.
It should be.
It will be.
And that's just the appetizer for Melbourne Penrith for Marvel Stadium. Both games, the only place you'll get both games live, right here on Fox League. Round 18, and where's this season going? Kepi now. So Schuster on the right this time. Olakau'atu, encouraging start to his night. The only try for Manly. Sipley, ball play. Schuster for Garrick. Kohler, dragged down by Smith. Boy, they've had a battle. Lawton in the game. Now comes away to Croker. Well, from certain angles, Carl Lawton looks like Glenn Stewart from behind. Here he comes now, and the stab kick. Oh, too big. Way too big. So Melbourne here with the extra tackle, and they look like they're in the mood for one more. Warbrick.
He's been strong again, hasn't he?
He gets stronger as the game goes on.
Well, he gets better every game too,
doesn't he just?
A rapid improvement.
That's it. Well, they've got him locked away long term. You can see why. Wisher. Five tries for Melbourne. Liero. He has made that left second row position his. He's been in that spot all season. King for Hughes. Oh, there's a lovely pass away to Remus Smith. Doesn't put much on that kick, and it might be to good effect. Now bounces away here for Kohler. Melbourne knock on.
It was a very nice pass there. Jerome Hughes across the face of the inside player out to Remus Smith. Got him into some space. Cross Wishart. Smith with the kick and the knocker in the end.
Yes, indeed. All right, so this will wrap up Saturday night's action here on Fox League. Of course, we'll have the press conferences with Vonnie and Mal and Cooper back at the Clyde Churchill studio. But tomorrow, don't forget, you Broncos fans, I know it's unusual, a 2 p.m. game. And we're on air from 1 o'clock. Broncos, Titans. The last time they played, it was a point-scoring festival. 69 points in all, and then a big week at the Titans as well, and should be a big crowd on deck.
Massive week at the Titans.
Out of nowhere. So that's tomorrow, getting the game and getting the afternoon going. Manly here. Well, can they finish with something? Here's Lord. Croker. Olakawatu. Olakawatu gets away from Ola. Then he got away from Peasant. Then puts in the grubber. Vaiga comes through. But the desperation of Coates. Brilliant finish. Coates, he scored 2 tries, but he hurts himself in a moment of absolute desperation.
Well, he's been a handful. Olakawatu did a great job there to hang on to the ball. It was coming out. Pulled it back in. Got a kick away. Viega is there, but Coates was dominant.
So he seems okay. I don't think there's much to worry about there. And he can put his feet up. It's been a big week for Xavier Coates. Harry Grant. Ham Munster, of course, not here tonight. And in the end, they didn't need him. It's a tough one for Manly. They tried. They really tried tonight. But Melbourne, in the end, too much class. The Storm, winners over the Seagulls, 24 points to 6.